Today's project is cleaning up, finish welding and cleaning up this area. Last time I was working here, I ran out of argon and I wasn't very happy with the way things were going. But today's another day. I'm going to get back at it and hopefully all goes well. Thanks for watching. First thing will be clean up this area a little bit. Then we can get in there and start fixing our welds and finishing spots like this that need to be welded. Not the easiest places to get to. Okay, I got quite a bit big gaps back here. A lot of people I hear they use old coat hangers as filler rod. Well, I don't have them, but I do have this. I got from Harbor Freight, and it's steel welding rod, ER70S2. It's for TIG welding rods, but it works great for filler rods with MIG if you're welding a big gap. We need a little more heat. You can see it fills that gap up, and it actually, you end up with too much. You got to clean out of there. Put way too much weld in there, but it's like anything else. It's a learning curve, and I have to work on my skill and figure it out. Not really worrying about the heat in here because it's all interior and there's a lot of structure there to keep it from moving. Works a lot better with argon. Actually 75-25, argon and carbon monoxide. Okay, let me clean it up and we'll see what we got. Let's start the cleanup of the welds and I'll show you how we do that. When I'm using the grinder to clean the welds, I'm using very little pressure. I just want to take the top of the welds off. If you get too aggressive with it, you're going to get into your sheet metal and then you got a bigger mess to fix. You got to be careful. As I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, the one that I got hurt in, that I had purchased a new grinding hood. And let me tell you, this hood is more comfortable every time I put it on. When this thing is on, you don't even realize you have a helmet or a shield on. It's just very comfortable, and it also makes you feel very safe. It's not flimsy, it's not a piece of junk, it's a good helmet. But I'm hoping that it'll save somebody an injury somewhere in the future. Time for me to get back and start cleaning up my welds in this area, and I'll show you what it's like when I come back. Okay, we got that area done. It's not the prettiest, but it's inside. It needs to get seam sealed. That'll come at a later day. Before I seam seal it, I'll wire brush it down again, seam seal it, and hit it with some primer. Now I'm going to do to the doorway on the other side. I'm going to clean up the B-pillar now and the door there and where I welded the brace in between before I put the heater channels on. That's the next move. Well, now I'm going to move on to here. I'm going to clean this area up in here. And then underneath my panel, I have a couple welds I got to clean up underneath there too. But, this area too where I welded the brace before I put the heater channels in. Okay, I'm going to get suited up and get to it. This helmet fits very well with the respirator. Again, just using the grinder to take the tops off the welds, the crowns. You don't want to use too much force. You want to be very careful not to damage the existing sheet metal that's welded together. You just want to take the crowns off. And in this case, I'm using a used grinding disc that's kind of rounded on the ends, which will give the inside of the door contour. I have a little pinhole here to clean up, weld up, and one little spot here, maybe a couple touches here. Then this area will be complete. A little more grinding, and we'll call this side done. Okay, I think we'll call this area done until final body work. Looking pretty good. Well, well, it's a new day. We're gonna clean up this mess today. And see how much further we get. Looks a lot better now. This tool is great for getting in tight spots. But one thing I don't like about it, it spins like crazy, and I wish there was like a speed control on it where you can adjust the speed. But otherwise, it's a great tool for getting in corners. You can get all different kind of deburr tips for it. And but it's loud too, so you want to wear earplugs and you want to wear your helmet. This, of course, is the passenger rear side wheel well. And what I did here was I filled in where the tank, I think it's like a charcoal tank for the fuel emission things that never worked and nobody uses. Well, it was rusted out there behind the tank, so I put that in. And I also filled the holes that the hoses went through because I'm never going to use them. So I figured I'd fill them, that way it'll keep less dirt to get into the motor compartment. So now I'm just going to grind them up a little bit and call that done. First, we got to put our helmet on, and we got to grind it. This helmet feels more natural every time I wear it. It's just the most comfortable helmet I ever used for grinding. I'm so happy I found it. Another small project kicked out of the way. It's nice to start doing these and seeing less and less of them. I still got a ways to go, but I think tomorrow I'll be starting on the inside front end of where the heater channels are. The firewall is missing there. I got to start piecing that back together. So I think that's going to be my next video. Everybody have a great time, be safe, and have a good week. We'll do a quick walkthrough of today's finish work. Actually, it's not finished. When I get all the rust roughed in, then I'm going to go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, fill any pinholes that I may have, and clean it up. Feels good to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Tomorrow we're going to start on the inside firewall. There's that side.